Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to Coffee and Cards. I can't believe it's Tuesday again. I don't know where the time goes. I hope everyone is really well. You had a great weekend and your start to your week was okay. Good morning, Chloe. I've got a hair in my eye. Honestly, I can't believe it's Tuesday. I worked a long day yesterday, so it feels like it was just the weekend because I feel like I've missed a day. So hello, good morning. I'm just going to check on my laptop that I'm in the right place going live. So just bear with me while I look in the other direction just to check. I like to have it there. It means I can see your comments a lot easier, maybe respond to those if I can, and yeah, and just check that everything's going well. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Anyway, good morning. Morning, Jude. Morning, Kate. Morning, Chloe. Hi, Carol. Hello, everybody. Hello. So I ordered a stamp set the other week that I haven't played with yet. As literally I've had it about a week or two. Hello, Claire. Nice to see you too. And it's called Basket of Blooms, and I was really attracted to it because of all the different images in it. I thought it would be, sorry, my thing's moving about. I thought it would be a really nice stamp set and quite versatile. Hi, Linda. And a nice simple one to use. I'm having trouble with my grid paper and picking my stamps up. So it's called, sorry, it's backwards. I must work out how to change that for you. Basket of Blooms is what it's called. So you can see that it's got a lot of beautiful images on there. Excellent. So here we go. Sorry, Joanne was just messaging me. Am I doing coffee and cards? So I hope she finds us. Here we go. So yeah, it's got a flower pot. It's got the basket. It's got leaves, lots of kind of stalks. It's got a nice long vase, and it's got these two flowers in the middle. Can you see those? Now they match the little small flower blossom punch that we have in the annual catalogue. It was actually free with Celebration last spring, but is now in the catalogue to buy. So yeah, it matches that. So I'm going to be using the punch as well today. Really versatile. So good morning, everyone. And I will turn the camera over and we'll get cracking with some crafting. I'm really looking forward to today because when I finished here, I'm hopping in the car and driving to Canterbury to pick up John and have a little look around the shops and have some lunch. So it's going to be a really nice day, and I'm hoping that youngest son is going to be ready to come with. So we'll see if he is. But first, the fun, coffee and cards. I have my coffee. Hold on, I'll try and do this. Ooh. So I have my coffee. Cheers, ladies. Decaf. Have you got a drink? I've already had two. I made some coffee with my, what do you call the cafetiere this morning with some ground caffeinated coffee. And I've had two of those. So that's why I'm talking a lot and I'm now on the decaf. I hope you have a coffee or a tea or something. Right, here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around, ready to go. Are you ready? So bear with me. Okay, I'm going to bring the tripod back in and pop you in there. So let's do that. Let's hope I don't switch you off in the process. There we go. Hello, Nikki. Good morning to you. Hope you're really well. Hope you're good. Right. It's your wedding anniversary recently, wasn't it? Congratulations. There we go. First coffee of the day for you. I was up quite early today. Well, say early, not really very early. I was awake before 8. But I did a very long day at work yesterday, but I've been working nights previously, sort of on and off, and my body clock's all over the shop. Good morning, Baz. So I had a lot of coffee already. So here's our stamp set. I might actually put that light out, the overhead light, to stop the glare, although I think we're okay without it. It's not a very bright day outside today, so hopefully we're not getting any flicker. Oh, hello, Joe. Only you. What do you mean only? I'm so glad your kit turned up. Your link will be going live tonight for your class. So I'm doing a monthly card class, ladies, and this is the October one. And the kits were all sent at the end of last week, and they're just turning up, so I'm really pleased about that. I'll be sending you a private YouTube tutorial, Joe, at the end of the day. Hi, Mum. Good morning. It is pouring with rain here too, so I think we'll leave the light on because I don't think we've got too much glare, hopefully. I'm really excited to use this fun little stamp set. I think it's going to be a nice one. So I picked out some of my favourite colours, colour combo. So Joe, none of it will make sense in your kit without the instructions. So yeah, it won't be long and you'll have that because it's all ready to go. Okay, so some of my favourite colours I've pulled out for this. I've got Petal Pink. Hello, Hilary. Good morning, my lovely. And I've got Smoky Slate. Now, I've also got a piece of Whisper White for my white insert inside. And when I say favourite colours, I mean favourite colours that go together. So I think Petal Pink and Smoky Slate are a match made in heaven. And then I've got my piece of Whisper White on the front to stamp on. And each layer is 1/2 centimetre smaller. And it's a standard A4, scored in half and cut in half. And then I've gone there in 1/2 centimetre. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, good morning. So if any of you don't know how I cut my cardstock, I will tell you quickly. So I take a piece of A4 cardstock and I score it in half. So you've got the other piece down here. I score it in half at 10.5 centimetres. And then I turn it round on my trimmer and I cut it in half at 14.9 centimetres, which gives you 2 card bases exactly from one piece of A4. And then I go down the sizes in my layers. So this one would then be 14.3 by, 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres. That's that layer, sorry. I got distracted because the dog is trying to come in. He actually turns the door handle. He's such a pickle. He knows we're doing coffee and cards and he doesn't want to be left out. You silly pooch, you're allowed in as long as you don't bark at the window. So we've got 10 centimetres by 14.3. That's the first layer. And then I've gone just 1/2 centimetre down and I've gone 13.8 centimetres by 9.5. My inside is the same as the first layer, 10 by 14.3. So there you go. Right, we're going to be using this one. I'm actually going to do a landscape card. So it's going to go that way around. Shut the door. Shut the door after the dog lets himself in. Honestly, he actually turns the door handle, so I can't do anything about it. I'm really sorry. He just does that. It's so funny, to be fair. Okay, the next thing I need is a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I've probably got a scrap. That's a rather large piece there. Let's grab another bit. But to be fair, I'm going to need a few pieces. Let's use this scrap. I keep my scraps. I've got lots. So let's move that piece and my stamping layer. So I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White, which is what you need first, because I'm going to stamp the basket. I'm using this image to begin with. I'm going to have a basket of flowers. So here's the stamp. I've already popped it onto my block. And I'm going to use, instead of using black, I want it a little bit softer. So I'm going for the soft suede, which is a nice dark brown colour. Not as dark as the espresso, which is almost black. A nice soft dark colour. And I'm going to stamp that on there, like so. And then I'm just going to pop that to clean it over here on my, I've got my little Stampin' chamois here, which cleans it all off. So that's that one. It's lovely to have you all with me this morning. I feel like we've got most of the gang here. It's so nice. And extras too, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we've got this now. You're going to love me. I'm going to colour it in. I've got, I'm going to sit down to do this. I've got a light crumb cake stamping blend. These are alcohol-based markers, so make sure you have something underneath where you're colouring in, because it does bleed, and that's completely normal. And I'm just going to colour it in. Very simple shape to colour in, so it doesn't take long. Yeah, it's been pouring with rain here this morning. I didn't go for a run this morning, but my husband did. Jim went. I think he said it was great. It wasn't too cold, even though it was raining. Right, okay, so I went on Sunday, so I'll probably go tomorrow. Right, here we are. So that's it as far as the colouring in is. Not difficult. And I'm just going to cut it out using my snips. So you don't need any fancy dies for this one. There aren't any dies with this set. It's just a lovely little stamp set. Really reasonably priced, this one. I'll check the price for you. It's probably £20, something like that. I want to say it is that. It may be less. It's definitely not any more than that. Right, let's just... That makes it easier to cut out. So when you're doing a little bit of fussy cutting, always move your paper or image that you're cutting rather than your scissors. So move it around like this and it makes it so much easier to cut. Oh, there she is. Morning, Lucy. How are you today? Hope you're all right. Lovely to have you. So we're just cutting out the little basket. Simple as. I like to leave a little white line around my cutting out. It's just my preference. I don't know if you can see it. It just feels neat, especially as it's going up against a white layer. It really doesn't show. But it just feels neat and tidy. A bit like when you do a die cut and it leaves a tiny little white. And it always makes it feel like I'm not going to cut into that image line. Okay, so I've got that and it's going to go on here, around there. So the next bit I'm going to do is some stamping of some leaves. So I picked out a couple of greens for my leaves. Oh, good. I've got Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive, because when you have leaves coming out of a vase or a basket of flowers and you've got different plants, they're not all going to be the same green, are they? And we have a lovely selection, so I just went for a couple. Okay, and I have got, there are 3 decent sized leaf images in this stamp set, so I picked them all out, all 3. So we've got this long one, perfect for the vase, and then we've got this smaller one as well. Oh, and then we've got these little leaves as well, so there's lots of choice. All right, I'm just going to stamp here. Like that. One. And then I've got the Mossy Meadow. Oh, that was Mossy Meadow. Oh, no, that was Pear Pizzazz. What was I thought I had another green. Yeah, I did. Let's go for the other green. Where did I put it? It's that gremlin that's been back as well. I put it away. I tidied it away. Right, we're going to go for a darker green. So we've got Pear Pizzazz and we're going to go for a dark green Mossy Meadow, because I think that gives it a bit more contrast. Like that. And then if I keep that one out, I'm going to use the other leaf, long one. Stamp that out. Like that. Nice. So, in true, I was going to cut these out to go on my stamps, to go on my card. I'm going to cut these images out. But in true Blue Peter style, here's some that I made earlier. I just did this before I came live. It really didn't take very long. And you don't, if you're worried about cutting these ones, you know, you can cut some of them off. It's not going to notice at all if you want to chop some of them down. Very easy to cut out. I just didn't think you wanted to sit here and watch me cutting out. So I've stamped them in the different greens and I've cut them out with my snips. But then I'm going to stamp them onto the card as well. So create a background. And I'm going to layer up things that are going into my basket of flowers. So I'm bringing back the green inks. And this is the fun bit. I'm just going to have a drink of coffee. Here we are, where am I going to put my coffee so I don't spill it over there. So I'll bring back the leaf stamps, bring those back in. And what did I go with? I went with Pear Pizzazz and Mossy Meadow, didn't I? So we'll have some of those. I think first of all we'll go with Mossy Meadow and we'll use this one here. Doesn't matter, take your pick. Such a cute stamp set. I love it. Now you don't have to stamp the whole thing actually. I did, but you don't have to, but you don't really want it poking out the bottom of your basket. So just position it so that it won't do that. Or just actually ink up only half the stamp. So you've got that one there. So you see I'm going to do it so it's coming out of my basket and you won't see it. Does that make sense? And then I think I'm going to do the same green for this one here. And I'm going to have it coming out of here like that. Like so. So that's going to work. Yeah. Pop that one to the side and that one to the side. And then take the other green. Morning everybody. Morning all. That's lovely. Pear Pizzazz, isn't it? Right, so we're going to go with that for this nice big fern one. Because it's a nice gentle green. I like this one. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean the bottom of that one. So I didn't mean to ink up the bottom of it. I was just busy chatting. Makes a noise, doesn't it? So one way of doing it is if you just go halfway on your ink pad and you can leave the bottom off. Be aware that you can rock it and end up with it here, so be careful when you stamp it down. Okay, here we go. Anywhere in there for your big green ferny leaf. Oh, hello Bev. How lovely of you to join us. That's lovely. Welcome to our lovely kind of group. We have a lot of ladies who come regularly every week and they're so lovely. And then we have lots of people who drop in and out and come and go, but generally do come. But everyone's so friendly. Welcome, welcome. So I've got a bit of glue or something on there. I don't know where it's come from. How did it get there? Never mind, we'll cover that up. No idea where that came from. It wasn't there, was it? So as you can see, I've got it coming out of my basket like that. I might just bring it up a bit. Yes, like that. So now I can close this ink pad before I stick my fingers in it and put it out of the way with the other one. Okay. And I'm going to position these where I'd like them to go. These ones that I've already cut out. So I'm going to think about this like this. If the stems are too long, you can chop them off. It's all good. And we're just going to decide. I might bring that one around this way. So it's always going to look different depending on how you've done it. And then this one's going to come through here. And this one's going to come out of the top here, something like that. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut the end off this one. And this one, so it's not too long to poke out the bottom of the basket. And I'm going to get my glue and start gluing them down. I'm going to glue them down flat. So I've got, oh, look at that. It's all gone oozy out of the top. I think I might grab a different one till I get a wipe. I've got a rather little, look, shall I show you what I store my Tombow in? My Tombow, right, I keep it upside down so that it always goes to the end that I want to use, to this end. So I store it in my lovely Minnie Mouse mug, like this. I love it. It sits on my desk. And I've got quite a few nearly empty ones in there. And I'm just getting to the end of lots of these. So it's going to be pretty soon when I open a brand new one. But it's nice to get rid of all the old bits, isn't it? And that one's completely bunged up. Here we go. This feels much more promising. And the funny thing about this glue is it goes on forever, and then all of a sudden you think you've run out, and then it carries on giving. And you really don't need very much of it. A little bit goes a long way. You can hear Alfie walking about, can't you? He is. He likes to get a nice position, and then after a little while he moves again. Thing is, he doesn't like his feet being touched. He never used to mind when he was little. When he was a tiny puppy, we used to play with his feet and his ears. You know how they tell you to get them used to being touched and things so they don't mind. We all did all that. He never mind. And then the first time he went to the groomers, I think they cut his toenails and they must have hurt him, because now he won't let anyone touch his feet. So ever since then, I mean, he's all right about it. He doesn't really bother that much, but you could tell he doesn't like it. So ever since then, when he goes to the groomers, I ask them not to touch his feet or do his toenails. So hence he clip-clops around a little bit. There, we've got that going on there like that. Okay, next thing's next is we want some sticky foam pads, which I've got next to me here. I'll just take a couple of these Stampin' Dimensionals and pop a couple here. 1, 2. I like that these are hexagons because they don't overlap. They fit well. It's very pleasing, isn't it? Right, here we go. So let's put our basket on there. So we've got a basket. Right, now, next fun part is stamping some flowers. So I thought I'd pick out the petal pink, and I picked up another scrap out of my scrap bin, and I brought in the same colour ink. So my ink pad top has faded. It does tend to with my pink. I don't know why, but I think it's why I've left it. It's not in the sun, but it's definitely in more light, and it fades. None of the others do, so I'm not quite sure why that is. But I used to have another very light pink, and that did the same. I've got glue on my workspace again, ladies. Right. Okay, so I've picked out 2 of the small flowers. There are only 2 in there, I believe. And I picked out those. And I'm going to stamp it in the matching ink to the cardstock. But as you can see, it gives like then a watermark. So I'm going to do 3 of those because I like an odd number. Like that. Let's put those away. And I'm going to bring in the punch. So this is the small blossom punch that I was talking about. They're funny, these dogs, aren't they, Lucy? They know what they like. So this is the small bloom punch that you can get, and it matches this stamp set. It was free in Celebration last spring, so you may have it. But if not, it's available in the annual catalogue. Right, there we are. There's one, which is on my website. There we are. And this stamp set's also from the annual catalogue. And 3. I like to hold it upside down. I can see the image really well. So let's pop that there. Now, this is the fun bit. I'm going to kind of curl it a little bit down with just using my fingernails, just around the little petals. I'm going to curl them up slightly like that to make them kind of give them a bit of dimension. So I've got 2 cards using this stamp set for you today. There are a lot of makes with this stamp set. Hi Monique, thank you for joining us. So I'm going to pop these on here. Doesn't really matter how they go on. And I'm going to get some of the small Stampin' Dimensionals. Do you know that we do weenie ones? So these sheets of them are the same size. These are just tiny, and you obviously therefore you get a lot more. And they go really well on these small pieces, or if you have really tiny pieces. You know when you get a foam pad and you cut it up to fit? Well, the chances are with these, you don't need to. It's done. So useful. Right, there we are. Put that on there. I'm going to stick them on. Anyway, I can still move them around a little bit because I haven't pressed them down too much. Hello. Having great fun with playing with flowers and leaves this morning. Just there, kind of random, like that. Okay, now I've got some of the little basic rhinestone jewels, and I'm bringing in the take your pick tool, and I'm going to add some of the small ones. Ooh, I can pick it up. Doesn't want to pick up. There we go. To the middle of these flowers, which actually I think really makes all the difference. It makes them look really special. Like that. How is that? Okay, so I think next I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Now this stamp set has just images and no sentiments on it at all, but I think it's a brilliant set because you can put it with anything you've got in your stash. So you could do birthdays, Mother's Day, anything, springtime, Easter, you could do anything, I think. So I've just picked out a couple of stamp sets to look at. So I've got this Tasteful Touches, has some really pretty font in it. I also picked out the beautiful friendship one. You could put birthdays are the best days or a happy birthday. This goes beautifully with it. This is the lovely you. You could put just because or smile. This is a nice one. Miles apart but still in my heart, which is really nice for the minute with us all being separated a bit. Lots of lovely ones, but I think I'm going to go for, I've picked one out already. From the Tasteful Touches stamp set, I've picked out You Are So Special. So I've got that one. I'm just going to decide what colour I'm going to stamp it in. So it's going to go on here, like that. And I think I'm going to stamp it in the grey, the smoky slate grey, to match the base layer of this layer of the cardstock. Okay, so I've got my ink pad that matches the card. Let's see, the important bit is to have it straight, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to stamp it straight onto my card. So if you're unsure about doing that, you can always stamp it onto a separate piece of cardstock, cut it out and pop it on. Oh, that's not a bad idea. You could do more fussy cutting like that as well. You could just cut out the You Are So and Special. That would look so nice. Oh, now I'm tempted to do that. I just hope this works and it's not skewy. Oh, that's not bad at all. Happy days. Happy days, ladies. Oh, I'm really pleased. Okay, and I have a bit of our white baker's twine, and I'm just going to tie a little knot because I like it, not for any other reason. So I'm going to go around a couple of times with it and have it right on the edge there, just to give it a bit of interest, because I like it. So I'm not sure if the white baker's twine is in the catalogue at the minute, but if you've got some, use it. I would have used, my preference would have been the linen thread, which I just seem to have run out of. And that's definitely in the catalogue, but it would have matched the basket. So whichever way you can find something in your stash or grab some of the linen thread, that would work. And would look quite nice, I think. So just line it up where you want it to go. I'm going to tie a small bow and fiddle with it afterwards. Right, let's chop that off and then we'll fiddle with it and make it right. Okay, so you are so special. Right, let's fiddle with this. I think I might tie that a bit further down or just make it smaller. You are so special. There we go. And now I just need to glue my layers together. And I think it's almost done. Really pretty. There's so many options with this stamp set, I think. Did it dry out while I was trying to finish my card? Just blocked up. Do you know what? I think it's time to open a new one. I just don't want to have to go and hunt in my drawer. I have a whole load of them. No, here we go. But I will have to get a new one out. Well, it looks like I've put far too much on. I really don't need very much. You're going to brave the rain. What are you going to get? Some milk. Oh, Baz, you need your milk for your tea. That's all right. I completely understand. Thank you for coming and see you later. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Baz. Thank you, Jan. That's really nice. So I don't know what this is. I think it's glue, but I'll put something there. I might put another little gem there. We can't have that, can we? And then that one's going to go on there. And I've got my favourite colours. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm definitely going... No, I'm going for more glue because that's annoying me now. I have a glue drawer and it's in my other chest drawer. Hooray. Oh, I love opening a new tube. There we go. Oh, this is just bliss, look. A full one. Oh, I'm glad you like these colours. This Petal Pink and Smoky Slate are a favourite combination of mine. It's a bit of a go-to, and I really like it, and I sometimes just get that out, but I definitely need to cover up that mark. It's really bothering me. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these. Make it look like it was meant to be. Oh yeah, that's definitely a happy accident because I think that looks nice. But not too contrived. So we just need to stamp inside. And I think I'm going to keep it very simple in there. I'm going to leave the inside. I'm not going to put my sentiment in there. Actually, yes, I will, because I had a comment once that somebody said they really like the fact that I always stamp inside my cards, whereas lots of people leave them blank. But I do like to leave them blank sometimes so you can change up the purpose. This one says the good things in life are better with you. I think I'm going to use that one because it goes with the You Are So Special that I've used on the front. Just grab a quick block, whichever one I've got. It's fun, isn't it? Ink up that stamp. Sorry if I'm making the camera shake there. Good things in life are better with you. That's such a lovely font. Love that. Take a ferny one and the Pear Pizzazz. Just going to save my grid. I like to use my grid paper a couple of times. It helps the environment a little bit. I have one more at the bottom. Just poking on there. There we go. Just coming over the edge. And then I can glue it inside. Hey Zaina, welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you like the card. I am loving this stamp set. I think it's so pretty. It could be used for so many things. Thank yous and even Easter, I think. I love it. Mother's Days. The good things in life are better with you. So that's our first card completed. Love that. So I'm going for a completely different colourway with my second card. So I'll put this one to the side. I'm going to grab my coffee. It always goes cold, so I'll just have a little quick drink. As it's far more fun to stamp. I'm going for a different colourway this time. Excuse my arm. I'm going for blues. Another one of my favourite colour combinations, I have a few go-to that I just love, is Night of Navy and White. And I'll put a little bit of green in there, I'm sure, for the leaves. This was, it's part of there's a kit. There's a kit in the catalogue called Boho Indigo. And these are the papers. I'm in love with them. And this is pretty much the last of what I've got left. It's so beautiful. The kit is just stunning and it's got so many things in it. And I think I'm going to get another one. But this is the last of the papers that I've got. And because this is Night of Navy and White, I picked out a Night of Navy layer and then a Whisper White card base. Exactly the same dimensions as I used on the last card. Okay, so, and also if you're worried about writing down dimensions, I do upload these to Facebook afterwards, so you can, and YouTube, so you can go back and stop and start and rewind and pause and things if you wanted to make it. Excuse me. So I've got some extra bits of cardstock here as well. So this is going to be my layer on the front here. I'm going to pop a layer on like that, and it's very small. And I think I did it, hang on, let's measure. The good thing about the grid paper is that it has two sides. One side has inches and the other side has centimetres. And today, as I'm working in centimetres, we'll turn it over. I've got a dirty piece underneath. And then we can measure it, but I think it was 7 by 11.5 or something like that. Okay, this piece, right? So it is 11.5. You can't see the measurement actually, but it's 11.5 by 7 centimetres, that piece, in case you wanted to know. All right, and then I've got some scrap pieces there too. And I have picked out the vase for this one. So there's a vase image. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to have a bit of fun with this one. And I am going to stamp it in the Night of Navy on my scrap piece of, not on my layer, on my scrap piece of card. Doesn't matter what size this is, we're going to cut the vase out. Well, that's nice, isn't it? You could also stamp it onto patterned paper, which would look lovely, wouldn't it? And cut it out too. That would look so nice in a different pattern. But I picked out the blend pens, and I've got Night of Navy Dark and Light, And I think I'm just gonna go with the light and see how that turns out, because we've already got some shading with the stamp on there already. So I'm just going to give this a quick colour in, really basic. And you don't have to, you can leave it white. Same kind of alcohol marker, these are the blends. These are my favourite pens. Easy to use. And so you can create a bit of shadow. You can use the dark marker to create shadow, but I'm just going to go in with the same pen and just put an extra layer on it, I think, which should create a bit of shadow. Just make it a bit more uniform. And it'll dry nicely. I'm not worried that I might have gone over the edges slightly because I'm going to cut it out. I'm not too precious. There's also a colour lifter pen you can buy. Right, let's put these to the side and cut it up. Much easier than cutting out those leaves because just a couple of edges to go around. I quite like cutting out. I know lots of people don't, but I find it therapeutic. Tell you something as well, is that I don't really like the term fussy cutting because I don't think it's that fussy. I think it's, but we just use it because everyone uses it, don't we? Is anyone with me? Anyone else like a bit of cutting out? As long as it's not too much. And then I get my die cutting machine out. That's the other thing. This card, I wanted to keep it to what we've got. So no dies today, just the stamp set, because that's a proper coffee and cards type card. But you could easily grab all your leaf dies that you have and just cut them out in some nice different green cardstock and pop them in your basket or your vase. Oh, yeah, I love them too, Monique. They're so nice, aren't they? So there you go. It looks quite good, doesn't it? Cut out like that and just coloured in with a little bit of shading on it. And that's going to go on our white piece. I haven't made this card. It's just in my head, this one. The other one I did. So I'm going to have a bit of fun. I have got these flowers again. And I'm going to stamp those out in the Night of Navy, which she knows I've got. I wonder what that means. Not superstitious. Yes, that's it. If it gets really detailed and you're worried that you're going to chop a piece off, it gets a bit stressful then. But generally, shapes are fairly straightforward. I love that. So a little bit more using that lovely Blossom Punch. Just clean those stamps off straight away. Photopolymer stamps get stained pretty much as soon as you use them, so I like to clean them. But they will still get stained, and it doesn't make any difference to the stamp at all. It's just the aesthetics. Okay, here we go. Just pop them out using the punch one. Two flies away. Three. Okay, we're doing well. So we've got some of these to go on here. And I need some leaves coming out. So I have got this one still and this one. I think we'll use those two. And so I need to kind of decide where my vase is going to go and how it's going to work. So let's move those out of the way. Let's bring that up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to stamp this up. I think I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz for the large one. Nice soft green. And I'm just going to go for it. Now, it might come out the side of my... It might not work, actually. It might come out the side of my... It might be too big. I don't think so. I think it's all right. I think I'm going to go for it and hope for the best. It's going to come nearly to the top of my piece of card to leave room for my vase. I think the dog's asking to go out. He's got such a cheek. Oh no, that's okay. Nice, tall and elegant there. I like that. And then we're going to go in with the darker green. Like this. And I'm going to go over the top and hopefully it will fit. Like that. Oh, only just. Oh, only just. I think we can do it. So instead of using that longer one, actually it would fit if I clean it. Clean it well. Make sure there's no ink left on it and just use the top of it like I was doing in the other card. You can have it coming out like that. That's better. I'll have that like that, but we're gonna cover up these leaves here. So that's okay. So I'm not too worried about that. Okay. So I am gonna stick my vase on using the dimensional pads that I used before. Excuse me, you can go out. You're not allowed to bark while we're doing this. No, go on. Here we go. Oh, he could see someone through the window that he didn't want walking by the front of the house. He's a rude boy. He's very cute, but he's a rude boy sometimes. That's gonna not work, so let's bring it right the way down. I might change this up because it's probably not going to work like that. I might do this again, ladies. Didn't think that went through very well. All right, let's just stamp our leaf again. Where is it? Pear Pizzazz. We'll build it up before we put any more leaves in. That's what I should have done. Here we go. Make sure I know exactly where it's going to go. There we are. Let's go again. That never happened, did it? You didn't see that? There was nothing here. Nothing to see. We all have a little accident, but that's why there's two sides to every piece of paper. There we go. And there like that. I think I might put a piece, you know, these tiny dimensionals? I'm going to pop one here on the neck of the vase. There we are. So it doesn't squish. Next come my flowers. That's better. That's more like what I was trying to do. So let's use 3 of these small dimensionals. But before I stick them on, I've got something else, some more stamping to do. Oh, and I was going to do the same thing again, wasn't I? So if you curl your petals, just use your thumbnail, but don't pull too hard. You don't want to pull your petals off. It's not he loves me not. Hello Karen, welcome to Coffee and Cards. We're having a bit of fun with a basket of blooms stamp set. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then just before I do any more sticking down, I have got this little stamp. It's a little flower that's in the same set. And I am going to do a little bit of random stamping with the Night of Navy, because I think this will look really pretty before I stick down my large flowers. So I think I'm going to put one here, one here, maybe one here. Oh, that didn't stamp very well. Never mind, we're not going to worry. And then I think I'm going to pop that one there to cover up my mistake. Like that. Yeah, make sure I stamp it well this time. I think I'll put these on first, and then that gives us a better idea of how to build them up. Hello, Edith. Tiny little Stampin' Dimensionals for the back. Oh yeah, that's much better. That gives me more idea of placement for these. And I feel it wants to go over here. So I'm going to pull this one right back and stamp it right in there. Like that. And it still didn't come out, but I think it's okay. It will do. I think it'll come off of it. There. Job is a good one. I think I just need another little tiny dimensional if it will stick without showing. Yes, perfect. That's the good thing about these tiny dimensionals, is that you can stick them behind things and they don't show out too much. So there we go. So cute. Right, there we go. Let me just do that. Pop this on here. And it kind of, whilst they're not the same flower, it's a different set, it echoes this designer series paper nicely, I think. I'm going to start sticking my layers together, and we're nearly at the end of our card, both cards. So I'm just going to put this layer on. And I don't need a white one for the inside because my card's already white. Oh, I'm glad you like them, Carol. How are you? Are you all right? Right, there we go. That's it. And then I think I'm going to put that one on here. I'm contemplating getting my baker's twine back out before I stick my layer down and doing another little knot along there. So I'm going to do that with this here. I need to bring, if you want to know how to do it, make sure you've got enough at the front to tie your bow after you've wrapped it round. Be generous with your baker's twine, and I'm wrapping it around just two times. And I think that's enough. And I am going to cut it off. It goes on forever. Tie a bow. And I just need to decide what sentiment I'm going to pop on it. I'm glad you're well. Right. I did go a bit overboard that time, but we won't worry. Let's just chop it off. And we'll tidy it up when our... Ooh, that's loose, is it? How is that loose? It is loose. But we'll tidy it up when we've assembled our card. Then we know exactly what we're doing with it. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one. Actually, no, I'll put this one on first and then we can tidy that one up. Let's put some dimensionals on the back, because we're going to raise this white panel up. So you can do this, you could use sticky foam strips that we stock, or just these big dimensionals I like. How many dimensionals do you use on a card? I think if you're, it's a bit of a competition to use as many as me. All right, I'm just going to pop that on the front. I like it to the side. Make sure it's straight. And get a general idea of what we're doing with this. And then I can tidy up this one before I glue it down at the back. Am I the only one who gets gluey on hands when I craft? Please tell me I'm not on my own. There we go. If that dog tries to come in again, honestly. I do love him though. He's such a soft dog. Soft-hearted thing. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. I think we're going to go with that. Slightly larger there. So you have it equal. There. Dimensional gems. Ink, yeah. I mean, I'm normally, especially if I use blue, we haven't used a lot of blue ink, have we? But if I get the Night of Navy out, normally I'm absolutely blue by the time I finished. How are you, Kate? Do you get glue everywhere? I'm so glad it's not just me. Honestly. I get it all over the place. Oh, I don't mind. It's fun, isn't it? Okay, on we go. Let's just bring that over slightly. So, a good thing about this liquid glue is that you can move it a little bit. You have a few moments to move it. So I think the time has come to pop a couple of those gems on. And we're almost done. We haven't put a sentiment on it. We do need to do that. One. Ooh, I got shaky hands. You know what? I think it's all that coffee I drank this morning. These ones are slightly bigger, aren't they? Should we go for them anyway? Yes, let's use them all. I like a bit of sparkle. If they will pull up. I think I might take that one off and match the size though. Like that. That's so pretty. And then we need to decide what our sentiment's going to be. So I'm thinking just because would be nice. Oh, Kate, that's perfect. A bit of hand quilting. That probably is the most therapeutic. Smile. Where are you? Is this you? One little word, smile? Oh, no. There you are. Smile. I think that one says thanks or something. There's so many in this set. That lovely You set is brilliant. Right, let's have it. I think I'm going to pop it on a separate piece of Whisper White. Or I could just stamp it in here. But I think I'm going to not be that brave. Especially as this particular stamp, I love it. And I always stamp it crooked. So this gives me a bit of leeway if I stamp it on a different piece. That's not too bad, but I have pressed too hard. I do have a super juicy ink pad. And again, I did the same problem. Let's clean it off. Goodness, I think I must have re-inked this one, this ink pad. It is so juicy. It's one way or the other, isn't it? Yes, that will do. That will do. That will do nicely. Sorry. You're knitting. I've been crocheting too, ladies. Love a bit of craft on my knee when I'm not card making or paper crafting or making Christmas projects or whatever paper crafting project I'm doing. I love a bit of something on my knee of an evening. I do like a bit of crochet. So I'm crocheting the Aria blanket at the moment from Lucy's Attic 24. She's great with her knitting project, crochet projects. So smiles going over there to the side, and I am going to take that tiny gem. Actually, I'll take that medium-sized gem and stick it on there. Smile. I just want to sing. I wouldn't subject you to it. Smile though your heart is aching. Right, okay. There we are. Smile. And inside, trust me, you're lovely. Because all of you are. I've got green ink on my block from before. So just get rid of that. Trust me, you're lovely is going inside. And then I need, thank you, I'm glad you like it. It's so simple, really. I really made a meal out of this card, but it's so simple. It's just stamping and just cutting the vase out separately and punching out the flowers. Let's hope I do this right. Yes! Hooray! Hooray, hooray. Trust me, you're lovely. Because you are. Right, now, so 2 very different cards, I think, using the same stamp set. One with designer series paper, one with just stamping. Both with a little bit of fussy cutting and colouring, but very simple. Which one do you like the best, the pink one or the blue? Could you give me a thumbs up for the pink if you like the pink best, and then a heart if you like the blue best? That would be really nice, and you give me an idea either way, or just write pink or blue. I'd like to know which one you like the best. Let me know, ladies. Oh, news as well. So the news is I won't be around for my paper crafting live on Friday. One is very soft. I won't be around. Husband and I have got a weekend away, which is very, very welcome, because we had booked to go away to America next week, obviously many, many moons ago before pandemic, and that's obviously been cancelled. So we're just getting a little weekend away, and the adult children in our house are taking charge of the house. So there will be somebody here with a dog, etc., etc. But I won't be here on Friday to do a Facebook Live. So if I can squeeze in, if I can, a YouTube video, I will post it instead, and I will post it on Facebook and on YouTube. in the style of my live. So that would be my intention. If I can possibly fit it in, I will. So yeah, that is Fridays, and next week I'm on annual leave, so I will let you know whether I'm going to be going live or not on Tuesday. But I will see you very soon, whether it's next Tuesday or the following week. But I will see you, and I'm bound to come on and do a live in between now and then because I love it and it will be too long. I just need a little bit of family time. So yeah. So I'm not sure whether you said pink or blue. What was the generous consensus? Let's have a look. Blue, blue. I can't see all the comments now. They've all gone by. So I will go back and I'll have a look and see which one you like the best. And I will join you very soon. And those of you who took my October class, you'll be getting your YouTube link tonight. And your kit should be with you shortly. So let me know. Thank you, Jan. I hope you've enjoyed your time. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everybody. And blue, excellent. Love this colour combo. And I will probably see you at some point next week. So I will let you know in advance. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And you joining me. Thanks a lot, ladies, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.